The murder of 6-year-old JonBenet Ramsey captivated the nation, put her family under the microscope, with many speculating that her father, mother, brother, or all three were involved in her killing.
Area where 4 sets of remains, remember, they were found last fall.
A stunning breakthrough in one of Australia's most infamous unsolved crimes, the Wanda Beach murder.
You fix what's broken when you make that smile. So just stay for a little while. So just stay for a little while.
And good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another edition of It Remains to Be Seen, where we talk about a lot of the mysteries that are going on, missing persons, and just things that are going on around us. We are back here again tonight, and on the left, as always, have your beautiful hostess Lori, and myself, Bob, over here on your right. And we are just out here to follow up on what we've come across pertaining to Gabby Petito's case. We are all waiting for the autopsy results. The autopsy will be conducted tomorrow. Don't know how long it will take for.
What do you think? And people in chat, do you guys think we're going to hear anything tomorrow?
That's what I'm
regarding
wondering.
The results of the autopsy?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I don't know how long that that takes to report. But throughout the day, there were some different events that took place. And would you mind talking about a bit more about what you covered this morning as to what was going on over at the Laundrie home, and just
I can't remember when I went live. Was that when the FBI and that were at their home?
Yes. And
yeah, so like they got a search warrant. They like so totally like probably shocked Christopher and Roberta, like to show up and be like, I'm searching your home, get the fuck out.
Yeah,
that was crazy. Like, and they were there for a long ass time, and then they took the Mustang, and I was like, oh boy, this is crazy. And then of course everybody's like, on edge. So any little crime that's committed in the vicinity of a certain couple 100 miles is going to be considered, suspicious. So, because nobody knows where he is. And it's so crazy because how can he just vanish?
Right.
And why did they stop searching?
So many good questions there. And it's really hard to say. I mean, there are many who have said that Northport Police has dropped the ball several times in this case. One article today that I had read, I believe that we have it in the description, but I could be mistaken. If you do a search for Brian Laundrie, the article is one of many that will come up, in which a private investigator was telling media that, in which, this is, I don't know, it's kind of, speculative. But the private investigator was saying that, with the mask mandates and things at the airports, that it is harder for the authorities to, track down suspects, and it could be that he had left the country at an airport. Welcome, Wackatroll, and how is it going? So, this morning, they escorted the parents out of the home as they conducted the search inside of the home.
But they couldn't have been gone long. I mean, because they were allowed back in.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah,
but these investigators are trained, well in searching, so they probably are so used to doing this that they get it done fast. But there were rumors going around the internet that Brian Laundrie's parents were taken into custody, but that was not the case. They were escorted out of the home, and then they were brought back into the home and questioned by the FBI. Another article that I had seen stated that they were also searching Brian's sister Cassie's home.
Now that's weird. Now I'm going to tell you something, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here's my thought. This whole Cassie thing never even came to be. And what she did say when she came out was malarkey, because it had no real relevance to anything, really. It wasn't like any oh my gods or whatever. It was pretty vague,
Yeah.
She hadn't talked to her brother, this, that, whatever. Okay, then why are you on the television, girl? Get off! And then they went and searched her place, so maybe they thought maybe he was hiding out there, maybe, or hid something there, maybe.
Wackatroll says, well, then they will disappear now, too. They probably bought Epstein Island anyway. He left by boat, most likely. And I've heard several speculations about that. Another thing that we're going to do really quick is the 911 call from Moab when the domestic incident was witnessed, was released. And so I'm going to play that here in a moment. But I think what I'll do is I'm going to change scenes here, and I'm going to bring up Brian Entent. He's a correspondent out there, and he's been putting posts out there. Interestingly enough, the Northport Police Twitter feed has nothing on it, as since yesterday. Okay, let me bring up the Twitter feed there. Ew, shoot. That's not the Twitter feed. Hold on. Sorry, guys.
Oh, Bob.
Yeah. No,
I love you.
I love you too. What did I do? I had the wrong page up.
No, I just wanted to say I love you.
I love you too. So, according to Brian Entent's page, who is, as you can see here at the top, he's a correspondent for News Nation now, based in Miami. So, some news here. There will be no Laundrie attorney press conference tomorrow. Lawyer canceled it, and his statement, just as terse as always, as we've seen him to be. I don't know if terse was the right word, but anyways, he's just very vague. As per my conversation with the FBI this evening, there will be no press conference tomorrow.
I'm assuming that some of the questions were tough ones.
I am sure they were. Let's see. Then there was a post from outside the Laundrie house this morning. It's just gotten crazy, guys.
One thing I am going to say though is what a coward. First, he doesn't say anything about what was going on with Gabby, or where she was, or anything. Not a peep. Nothing. Just nothing. And then he leaves it to his parents to hold everything. And fucks off and goes God knows where and did God knows what to himself.
Well, did he leave it to his parents? And this is speculation here. This is just my personal way of thinking. There are others, I'm sure, who would disagree with it, and that's okay, because we can totally civilly have a conversation about our differences of opinions and stuff. But, did he leave it all to them, or are they taking steps to try to protect their son? Was it that close-knit of a family? It sounds like it was. And that I'm leaning more toward that the parents were doing everything to try to protect him. There was that.
Okay, I'm going to say this right now. I have a close family where, before COVID, we would get together every weekend with my aunt and everything else, my grandma and whatever, and have dinner and spend the whole day on Saturday with her. and everything else. Like, we're a close family.
Mm-hmm.
But I could bet you $1 million that if I walked up to my parents and said, hey, I killed so-and-so and did this and did that and did whatever, that they're not going to be covering my ass. Because they know at some point when you have to let the person take responsibility for their own actions. And that doesn't make them bad people at all. That makes them good people because, you know, as much as they love me, there's some things they have to, I guess, let me figure out on my own. And I wouldn't be mad at them. So, I mean, you know,
I've said it before and I'll say it again. I love my boys. They are my world. However, we are not teaching our kids anything if we do not allow them to go through the consequences for their choices and their actions. Doesn't mean that we, I mean, kids will say, why won't you do anything? You don't love me. No, love, and it's hard. It's hard, but you don't want to enable in that kind of behavior. Trying to pull them out of everything. It can definitely enable and teach the kids as they grow that they're entitled to whatever the heck they want. And that should not be the case. But what we're going to do now, unless you have anything else to say at the moment, hon, we're going to go to that 911 call that was released from Moab. This is from the Fox 13 Tampa Bay YouTube channel. And the call is about 2 minutes and 10 seconds long. And this is the witness account from August 12th as to what had taken place. It's kind of hard to hear, so just a second, guys. Okay, so just listen close if you can. The audio is kind of to me it just seemed far off. So I just want to give you that as a heads up. But unless you have anything else on, we can go and okay. So I'm going to come back here to our scene here and bring that video up. And I'm going to turn on the audio capture. So she and I are going to mute so that you guys can hear this more clearly, and we will be right back after this plays, guys.
Grand County Sheriff's Office.
Were you able to get a description of the intoxication?
Hi, can you hear me, sir? Yeah, I can hear you.
Hi, I'm calling. I'm right on the corner of Main Street by Moonflower, and we're driving by, and I'd like to report a domestic dispute. Florida with a white van, Florida license plate, white van, gentleman,
Where's
about
it at?
5'6", beard. They just drove off. They're going down Main Street. They made a right onto Main Street from Moonflower.
Or what were they doing?
Cooperative, but what'd you say?
What were they doing?
We drove by, and the gentleman was slapping the girl.
He was slapping her?
Yes, and then we stopped. They ran up and down the sidewalk. He proceeded to hit her, hopped in the car, and they drove off.
Okay, you said it's a white van?
White van. I can give you the license plate if you give me 1 sec. I took a picture of it.
What kind of white van? Like a big one?
It was a smaller van with the license plate of, it was white, Florida license plate. It was, the make was a Ford, model was Transit, black ladder on the passenger side.
Black ladder, passenger side.
White Ford Transit.
White Ford Transit. Okay, what's your name? And where did they, so they headed south on Main Street from Moonflower Market?
Correct, they made the right turn.
Oh, so they went north.
North. Yeah, sorry, I'm not from around here.
Okay, you're right there by the post office?
Right across the street, yep.
Okay, and when they turned onto Main Street, they went right or left?
Right.
Right, so they went north. North on Main. All right, I will let somebody know. Thank you.
Okay, so I am going to disable the audio output capture there. Take us back over to the C. And we are back, guys. So, in the 911 call, it was stated that he saw her slapping her in the face. We have, sorry, I got to get a little closer here. Nicole Young says dispatch must have horribly relayed the message to Moab police. Mike Bezio says, my opinion. You know, we're totally open to opinions and things out here, so long as, you know, it's done in a way to maintain a safe environment. We just, you know, I have my opinions. Lori has hers. A lot of us have ours. But, you know, we can still have our opinions and maintain a safe forum out here. So, yeah.
Yes, for sure. Okay, so I got a question. Did that dispatch not sound crowded or something, or noise?
I felt that way, but who knows what kind of day that guy was having, you know? I thought that as well.
It's weird. Okay, so. Okay, Mike.
Yep, go for it. He killed her in the heat of the moment is one. That, you know, that one's definitely one that's crossed our minds as well.
I would believe that, though, if he wasn't reported to have been hitting her.
He didn't know what to do and left. Yeah. So many different ways that it could go. You know, and tomorrow, well, at least tomorrow, the autopsy will be done. I don't know how long it'll take for that information to be brought out to public knowledge. Let's see. They have an apparent history of conflict. Yes, that's definitely been mentioned as well. And there was a video that one of our friends had put out that we had played in a prior show here. Let's see. He was seen hitting her. See the 911 call. Yeah. We just we had just played that. I'm not sure if you caught that, but or they fought and she ran off.
Yeah, but it's weird how she was only around 200 meters away from where the van was parked.
Oh, that's true.
Video.
Yeah, that was something that was reported as well.
Maybe he. This is all just my opinion. I'm not saying it's like whatever, but maybe he killed her, say at the van, and wanted to drag her body someplace like off the beaten path, and kind of couldn't drag her anymore because he wasn't a big guy.
Right. And let's see. Have Daniel Walker. And guys, welcome to the channel. Appreciate you coming out here.
Yes.
Says this is what happens when Adam the Woo turns out to be a psychopath. Just saying. You know, the behavior when he returned home, like the mowing the lawn and going and riding bikes with his mom like nothing happened. The more that this stuff unfolded, the more suspicious the behavior was. The police, from my understanding, they have the Mustang. They had put out a warrant so that they could have permission to to search the hard drive that they found, the external hard drive that they found in the car. Let's see. Go ahead, hon.
And what do they think is on there?
You know, it's not certain, but there could be photos. Sometimes people will have text files, and they will, like it was saying in the warrant documents. So for those of you who are new, my vision is severely limited. I have no usable vision in my left eye and like 20/1000 in my right. Lori sent those the images for the affidavit for the warrant to me today, and I tried to magnify those things, and it's like, holy crap, I could not read them. So there's an app on my iPhone called Seeing AI that's produced by Microsoft, and I was actually able to recognize those documents with Seeing AI and have my screen reader read them out to me, which when I listen, it's like 210 to 250 words per minute, and definitely a lot of information there. So that hard drive could contain documents. They're going to very meticulously go through that thing. They're going to look through any encrypted files that are password protected and see if there is any evidence on that external hard drive. You know, another thing that came out in the reports today was that Gabby's cell phone was off for 15 days. There are evidently reports going on that Brian is still active on Instagram. I haven't verified that, so just take that as hearsay. We are not out here to try to convey, you know, speculation as facts or anything like that. Keep up with the chat here. Mike says he panicked and left. My belief, he lost control, and she suffered injuries that led to her death. So sad. It is. It's very saddening. Tomorrow the autopsy will be done. We will soon find the results for this poor girl. He must be found. I totally agree, Mike. Good job.
So I passed this off to, like I mentioned this to Bob here before we went live. But what if one reason why he kind of laid low when he got back from his, cross-country trip there without Gabby? Maybe he had injuries. Maybe they had a fight or something. He had scratches or he had whatever, and he didn't want to, obviously if he's got scratches and they find a body, and you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, I understand.
Maybe he had to heal up or something. Maybe that's why he was doing whatever.
What was I going to say? And thank you for the kind words there, Mike. We try to keep facts distinguished from, the non-factual information, so as not to spread rumors and stuff like that to the best of our abilities. And we're trying to bring as relevant and timely information as we can when we find it. But it's just such a messed up situation, and I hope that he is found. One thing that I was reading today in one of the news sources was discussing how Brian was not he was not an amateur hiker. There were speculations as to how he could survive out there in the Carlton Reserve. In one of the articles that I was reading today, when he and Gabby were out camping, it was out in the middle of nowhere. He knew what he was doing. He, even on his Instagram, he said take a hike every day, something along those lines on his little bio introduction on Instagram. He wasn't an amateur hiker. There were a lot of rumors going around earlier today concerning the Tillman, Alabama. Is that correct? Tillman, Alabama incident where
Tillman's Corner.
Yeah, where there was a body found in a dumpster, and there were rumors floating around the internet that was could likely be him, but it was found to be that it was sadly it was the body of a homeless person that was found. And so it's just, more and more as we As we get into this and I'm learning and stuff, it's like, okay, Lori will share something with me, and she'll vouch. Like, the first thing I ask her is, did they provide a link? Did they provide a credible source for this? Because we don't want to be out here spreading rumors, because that's one of the things that causes problems out here for investigators and things like that, and others. When people spread rumors, and then others buy into the rumors and call in the tips, and it starts to cause convolution on the tip lines. And like the Summer Wells case, I mean, they had gotten, I think, 1,700 tips in one day. Oh, wow. Mike says, my nieces grew up with Gabby in Bayport. Oh, wow. They both played volleyball with her. My younger niece worked with him, worked with him at a flower shop. He left work for a month. No trace. Wow, small world there, Mike. Showed up a month later with a cake, wanting his job back. Interesting. I think after tomorrow, or once the autopsy information is released to the public, if other evidence doesn't come out sooner, we're going to know more. But with it being reported that the FBI was at Brian's sister's house as well, I mean, I think that one way or the other information is going to come out soon, and we're going to keep an eye on it and bring it out to you guys. Brian said Brian said that asked for his job back. They said no. 1 month, no trace. The vibes that I got from him after going through emotionally abusive relationship, it's what it reminded me of personally. That's my personal observation. Not trying to argue with others who, have contrary opinions. That's just my personal observation. I've learned a lot over the past couple of years, and yeah, hopefully we'll have information soon. Hopefully they find him. Like somebody said in the chat the other day, I think it was maybe last night, there's never true closure to things. Even if all of the information is gathered and brought out as to what happened, there's never true closure in situations like this, because, Gabby's family, for instance, she was only 22. She had a long life ahead of her, and I could have seen her YouTube channel growing huge. She loved what she did.
Well, it is huge now.
It is, but the sad thing is that, she won't be making any more videos for it. And, her family has to go through the rest of the time that they could have been interacting with her without. And there's no true closure. Like I was mentioning last night with the situation with my grandma. I mean, she was my best friend, and I still, every day, I still have her number in my heart. Like, I keep thinking that I just want to call and talk to her, but I know that, she won't answer. She's not here anymore. This has definitely been an emotional case. I mean, I know I shed a lot of tears through yesterday when everything came out, and justice does need to be brought for her. I don't wish ill on anybody, but I do hope that Brian is found. I hope that the investigation comes up with what they're looking for, so that they can have answers, and that the family can have answers, and, our heartfelt condolences and prayers going out to that family and everybody, who knew Gabby and loved her. But as far as I've seen, there really isn't anything new out other than what we've given. Let's see, the latest 911 call. I'm not sure if you were here when we played that, Mike, but we had played it earlier on here on the show, and the witness had said that he had seen Brian slap her, if that's the one that you're referring to.
It sounded like he slapped her more than once.
Yeah. Sure did, in my opinion. While we're out here still live, I'm going to I'm just going to do a search for any news, so that if there is anything new.
Also, if you guys haven't subscribed, please do subscribe, and to the people that have subscribed, thank you for subscribing.
Yeah, it's very much appreciated, guys.
Also hit the like button, because that's fun watching that number go up too.
Okay. Yeah,
and thanks for being here. It's always nice to meet new people and.
Oh. There isn't. I'm not seeing anything breaking out here, other than what we've already known, that the Mustang was towed away. Yesterday, something had come out about a note being found on Brian's car, and again, in my opinion, the family was very vague about it. When I saw that,
I didn't even know about a note until today.
Really? But I thought that you sent that to me last night. You sent the thing that was from Fox News, and it had the family's timeline, and there was a note that was found on his car. But again, they were very vague on this whole thing, just like they have shown themselves to be through this entire situation. They didn't say that the note was from. My first thought was, what did the note say? You know, I automatically thought it was a note from Brian, but evidently it was a note from the police for his car to be moved, and so they went out there and they took the car. I don't know. I'm not very good with maps because of my vision, but one thing that I would like to do, one thing that I would like to do is take a look at that Carlton Reserve and see if there are any outlets, water outlets from waterways or anything that are going out into open water. You know, because there has been.
I mean, that could be why they called off the search out there, because a lot of places were
there was flooding.
Flooded.
But what I'm saying is, I wonder if there are any outlets to open water that would possibly, help to, add to those speculations that he left by boat somewhere. I'm gonna have to take a look at a map of that and see. But let's see.
I don't think so.
Mike says in the other arrest, high-level relational conflict between the two. And then he said, not arrest, sorry. The police contact. Yeah, the body cam footage. We had actually played that a couple days ago when it was released to the public. And we're going to try to keep on top of this and bring the latest news to you guys out here and offer a place to, to chat. We do watch out for trolls here, because unfortunately they're going to come out. Thankful that it doesn't seem to be very often, but we want to keep this a safe forum for everybody, and a place where people can, share their thoughts and their speculations, and we can talk about them, reasonably so. But as of right now, there isn't any additional news involving the case. To share the live feed, Mike, and we appreciate you doing that. If you are on the YouTube app, there's a button that kind of looks like an arrow, kind of pointing up and to the right, and you can tap on that, and it will allow you to share it out to whatever platforms you use. If you are on a computer, there should be a similar share button, and it will allow you to share it out to platforms such as Facebook. And I hope that that's helpful enough. If not, the YouTube will open up the comments for this video afterward, And so if that information didn't help to solve that, just comment below, and I'll look out for it, and I can try to more better, if that's even, sorry, I'm tired, guys, but I can try to help to walk you through that a bit more thoroughly. But yeah, there should be a share button somewhere with this video that'll allow you to share it out to your social media platforms of choice, and we really appreciate you doing that, or being willing to.
Okay, are you
Yeah,
done
sorry.
now?
I know I talk too much.
I've been trying to cut in like
I'm
for the
sorry.
last 5 minutes.
You gotta just tell me to.
You're a long. You
gotta tell me to shut up, hon. I'm sorry.
I can't remember what I was gonna say then, but
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. We all know I forget easily. So
no, just tell me to shut up.
It wasn't a thought that was meant to be shared, apparently. All right. I was gonna say, blah, blah. See, now you threw me off. Okay. So, because now I feel bad.
No, don't feel bad. I just feel bad because, on the feed over here on OBS, I can't see any of the nonverbal stuff, and I guess my mind was just. I'm sorry. Just if you need, just don't feel bad about telling me to hold on or hold up for a second or something. Don't ever feel bad about that, okay, hon? Because I will. I'll shut up. I can be long-winded, so I apologize.
I've noticed. It's not a big deal. I
really appreciate that, Mike. We don't want to be a drama. Oh, go ahead.
Okay. What I do want to say, first of all, is thank you for sharing it. Thank you for what you said. I also want to say, too, that if you guys didn't know, I also do a show in the mornings at 10 a.m. Pacific time. And it's usually kind of like a recap, a little bit of what happened throughout the night, if anything happened, and, talk kind of a little bit what happened the night before. And I forget a lot, and
I talk too much.
That's when I have time to sit there and just kind of ramble. So it's completely fine.
Yeah, but you can totally ramble here too. I'll totally shut up. I do talk too much.
You see, I already have a show where I ramble, so it's all good.
But just don't feel bad, okay? I mean, if you need to say something or want to say something, don't ever hesitate to tell me. I never want to be, talking too much.
All right, let's switch over to something else. Okay, so as you guys all know, because we're not those type of people. We have not forgotten about Summer Wells. You guys know that there hasn't been any updates, anything new going on there. Even the drama between the YouTubers and stuff seems to have died down.
Thankfully.
But the fact that it's dying down and they're quiet makes me kind of nervous. So I kind of like to think, that you just expect the unexpected from them. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm pretty sure they're all cooking up something. And there's really not a lot of anything going on. Like this happened, yeah, and that was big, but nobody's saying anything. We know it happened. We know what's going on, but we don't know anything about what's going on. I don't even know if that made sense, but...
Well, then you have the Michael Vaughn case.
Michael Vaughn. I still forget where he's from.
He is from Fruitland, Idaho.
Yeah, he disappeared out of his out of his living room.
Well, he went to...
outside of the...
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Outside of the place? I can't remember where he was. Sorry.
No, you're good.
I don't know why I don't remember this.
And yeah, he was going to go over to a neighbor's home, and but the neighbor had said, just make sure it's okay with your parents. And he went back to the parents' home. He was a very sociable kid, only 5 years old, and he never came back. And there isn't anything new about that case either.
Okay, wait, hold, back up. I thought he went missing because his dad left the room to go change the little one, and when he came back out, Michael was gone.
The articles that I've read said that he was asking a neighbor if he could go in. It was a neighbor that they knew. This probably happened while that was going on with the dad, that he went outside and went to the neighbor's house. But the neighbor, didn't see him go home. She had gone back inside, but he'd never come back, and he was missing from there on. July 27th, between 6:30 and 7:15 p.m. is roughly the time window in which he went missing.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. So we're trying to follow these cases and look for developments, guys, to keep everybody informed, and we're looking into others as well, because there's so much going on, and those names and those pictures need to be out there, so that just like with Gabby's case, how would anyone have known about the van being out there in the Spread Creek area if those YouTubers weren't going through their footage, and had they not seen the van? Social.
Well, from
Go
what
ahead.
from what I understand is that they were going to search there anyway before that YouTuber came out.
No, I haven't seen that, but I wouldn't be surprised though, because that was the last known place, where, last known area where she was, I believe. But that's the thing though, is that you have the news outlets, but not every news outlet broadcasts this information, and shame on me, but I've never really kept up with the news over all of these years, and I probably should have, but just often there's so much negativity. But when it comes to this, I see the importance of it with these missing persons, because when you're a content creator, you can help to put that picture out there, and you can help to provide accurate information and try to dissolve any rumors that have come up, and show documentation as to what's legit and what isn't. And so, I definitely see the significance of keeping up with the news.
Mm-hmm. For sure. But keep your guys' eyes peeled.
Mm-hmm.
And ears open. Wait, eyes peeled?
Yep, you got it.
Yeah, I guess that's right. I didn't seem right. I was thinking like peeling an onion, peeling a banana. Your eyes don't peel like anything else, but whatever. Listen, keep your ears open, I guess, and your eyes peeled.
Yeah, no, you got it. You got it.
You know what I'm talking about.
You're good.
So what is the other one? You have to keep your mouth shut? What? Show me something for the mouth.
Sorry, I just saw a comment in the chat here. Christine Eckhart, and welcome to the channel. Thank you for coming out. Christine says there is a case that still just tears me up. I believe in Oregon, the sweet little boy dropped off at school by his stepmom. He was never seen again, unless I missed it. I think I may have remembered hearing something about that.
We are going to be covering cases too, like other ones, not just Gabby, and not just Summer, and not just hey, Christine.
Thank you so much for that. She said hello from Texas. Listened and cried with you last night. Very emotional day. Keep up the good work. Really appreciate that. It's thanks to people like you that just totally minimize the crap that comes from trolls. Because there are people who just seem to, make themselves feel better by trying to spread misery, and we appreciate the kind remarks by people like you, because there are definitely many more of the positive comments than there are of the negative. So you're appreciated. Thanks for coming out.
Yeah, so we'll do other cases too. So like what I'm thinking about doing on the morning show is like, I don't know, I guess talking about somebody else who's gone missing, and that there isn't such a big thing about it. You know what I mean? Like nobody's really paying attention to it. It's just happening and nobody really cares. And hope people can share it and, you know, get their names out there too.
That's the power of social media, especially when it's done, you know, like we're trying to do it the best that we can with as accurate of information as we can provide, dispelling of the rumors, and just getting the faces of others out there. Because unfortunately the media doesn't cover everything, and there's a lot going on. So it's definitely something that we want to do.
I think everybody's case deserves a voice.
Yeah, and I totally agree with that, hon.
Yeah, we don't bite over here,
No.
so it's totally cool if you want to subscribe.
Yeah, we are definitely not the kind of people who get into name calling and the drama seeking. Just want things to be laid back with, again, as accurate of information as we can provide. Otherwise noted as speculation, allegation, or opinion. So, you know, there will be other content on this channel as well. I mean, this is something that's new to us, but Lori's been wanting to do for a long time, and eventually, hopefully, we'll have a video up here of the two of us meeting in person for the first time. I'm hoping that works out in December, but, you know, we are a long-distance couple. I'm in California, and she's in British Columbia, Canada, and I just got my passport information turned in at the end of last month, so hoping to see what happens here in the future.
I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
I'm a bonehead today. Hey, Queen of Hearts.
Hey, welcome, Queen of Hearts. Oh, I haven't seen that comment come through just yet. Oh, there it is. Now I see it. Hi, all. Hi, Lori and Bob. Hi there. On my way out the door to go stay with my best friend.
Aw, that's cool.
That sounds nice. I'd love to be around a bonfire, roasting marshmallows.
Thanks for stopping in and saying
Absolutely,
hey.
really appreciate that.
We'll miss
Mike
you.
says, unfortunately, human beings are not perfect. I know, I'm sure not. Relationships are not perfect. Life is not perfect, and the result of these imperfections can be tragic. Isn't that the truth, Mike? Oh my gosh, so very true.
So, I don't know if you said, and if you did, I missed it, Mike. But what do you think happened?
Oh yeah, he had his hypotheses up there.
I know he had 3, but which one does he actually really gut feel?
Right here, I got it. He said my belief, he lost control, and she suffered injuries that led to her death. So sad. That's what he said earlier on in the chat.
I'm so sorry. Allegedly, Brian's family has reached out to Jose Baez. I don't think they got what Jose wants. He was the counsel for Casey Anthony.
Oh.
Oh, that's awesome, Queen. What do you mean, wow? Are you wowing because I don't know?
No, I think because of John B's comment. Sorry, John B, and no offense there, and totally irrelevant to this, but it reminds me of a show that I finished watching on Netflix called Outer Banks. It's a main protagonist in that show that goes by John B. Not sure if it's spelled the same way, but it's what it reminded me of when I saw your name there. But welcome to the channel. glad to have you out here.
I mean, I get the impression that Casey Anthony wasn't the first, client he had that he slept with. Bex TM says, so what time in the AM are they supposed to update the autopsy? I don't know if they're going to give any updates on the autopsy or not. They were supposed to have the Laundrie, I guess, council was supposed to have a conference on tomorrow at whatever time, but they canceled it.
The lawyer canceled it because, there's speculations on that too. Someone said that the lawyer Mr. Steve Bertoloni, who offered up some very, very vague statements throughout this whole time. It was a very short statement that he, after his conversation with the FBI, he's canceled the press conference that was to be tomorrow. Somebody said that maybe he was afraid that they were going to ask some hard-hitting questions or something. It's hard to say.
They should.
But as far as the autopsy, as soon as we find out that information, we'll definitely be out here to report on it. If you haven't seen it in other media sources yet, either way, we will definitely keep everyone up to date as soon as we find out that information as well. But yeah, I'm not sure either as to what time it's supposed to be conducted tomorrow.
I thought I heard somewhere it was supposed to be in the morning, but
let's see.
Maybe not. Breaking news out of Wyoming. Per a source inside the FBI Wyoming field office, a credible eyewitness has come forward that we believe was present at the time of death of the victim found yesterday. There's something. The rumor I saw is that Baez once had offered it pro bono and the family lawyer is about to be replaced. Oh.
Interesting.
I think roughly 200 yards from the main road where Gabby van was observed from dash cam footage posted on YouTube and submitted to the FBI. Blah, blah. Hi, Yvonne. I'm a friend introduced to you both recently. Thank you for all your updates and chat.
I'm checking to see if I can find anything about the autopsy time. All that time.
The eyewitness report, she observed a young adult female exit the brush behind the main road in a state of panic and was quickly followed by a young adult male at a frantic pace. It was clear they were having some sort of argument, but because of the distance, it wasn't clear what was being said. Then goes on to say she observed the female. Beck says, really? Wow, must have been extra damaging evidence from collecting evidence today. Oh, for them not to talk, to decide that. Brandon, unless you have a link to prove that is all true there, then it's all kind of hearsay.
Yeah, that's the hard thing. I'm gonna post a link here in the chat, and I'm gonna read an excerpt from it. Just one moment. This is from Fox News, and there's a paragraph in here that I'd like to. When I was looking up to see if I could find out the autopsy time, it says Cyril Wecht, a forensic pathologist, told Fox News that, and this was published about 8 hours ago, told Fox News investigators that they have concluded Sunday that the remains were likely to be Petito's, first because of the location where they were discovered, where Petito's van was spotted by travelers in late August, and because authorities may have discovered personal items belonging to the young woman. Now, I didn't see that before. There's a quote.
Well, her shoes. I think her shoes were outside of the van. That was in that YouTube video.
There's a quote here. It says, I think that identification was made by something found there of a personal nature, Wecht said, giving examples such as a purse, a ring, and so on. I do believe there was something found there that permitted them to make this determination before they could get into anatomical determination. I'm just checking through here to see. there's just a little bit of background here. I'm trying to see if there might be more of a specific time. The condition of the remains at the time they were found is unknown, but Wecht said varying weather conditions like those in Moose in September, when temperatures reached 70 degrees Fahrenheit during the daytime and 40 degrees or cooler by the evening in September, which may hasten the decomposition process. A medical examiner will also be looking for any signs of trauma to the body, Wecht said. Still looking through this article here. Go ahead, hon.
I would think that it would be easy to identify from the tattoos.
Here's something. I didn't see this before. You know how it was mentioned that there were 3 people, including her, who had gone missing there? In the Grand Tetons, there were 3 people that were reported missing. This article says, of the 3 people who went missing near Grand Teton over the summer, 2 were men.
Yeah, I know. One was what was his name? Cyan, somebody, and then the other guy I can't remember who the other guy was. Actually, that's what we should probably do our first missing people on. See if, and there's so much, whatever around that area right now, get some eyes on those guys too.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not seeing any specifics as to the time when the autopsy is going to be conducted tomorrow, but we will definitely bring that.
Oh, I'm sure we'll all know soon enough what's going to be what.
Yeah. See, they covered stop.
I don't understand what that was about. Gabby getting hit in the head with the walking stick, and Buddy didn't care or something like that. Like that. Hey, Alex.
Let's see.
Yeah, I don't know. What the hell? Nothing else has really been said much about it.
Did you see Queen of Hearts? It says what is everyone's take about Gabby? Sorry. I missed that. I'm sorry. Let's see. Beck's TM. Did you read that one? No. They found a guy 1 hour away, maybe linked to the female couple who was killed at the same time, but haven't spoken about him yet.
Yeah, they were kind of hush-hush. They never said much else about it, but I did hear about it originally at the beginning of all this.
Yeah. Well, I'm certain that very soon we're definitely going to have a lot more information that's going to shed light on the story, regardless.
So, in the chat here, do you guys all follow like all the stories, or are you just following Gabby? What are you guys up to?
Yeah.
You follow Summer Wells and all that stuff too?
Oh, shoot.
Wait, what? He had 30 plus knives in his
campsite.
Holy
wow.
shit. Well, if his cause of death was stabbing, we pretty much know how that took place.
No kidding.
Welcome, everybody who's coming in. Hello. Say
definitely,
hey.
Definitely appreciate you all coming in, and again, if you guys have found this information and interaction to be helpful in any way, shape, or form, please be sure to hit that like button. It really does help us and means a lot to us as we continue, just growing in this area and learning, and we appreciate getting to interact with each and every one of you. Beck's, Mike said Gabby and Murdo. Remember the Alex Murdo case that's going on?
I gotta start reading about that, because I really seriously don't know anything about it other than he was shot and it grazed his head or something.
Bex follows multiple feeds. Alex says Brian has been spotted in Baker, Florida. Where
Maybe we shouldn't throw accusations.
where did you see that at, Alex? Do you have a link that we can bring up on screen or anything like that? Zenthesis says the new FBI report is wild. This new eyewitness. Murdo case is insane. Wow. Oh my gosh.
Bob's like, oh my god, I can barely keep these ones.
Well, no, no, I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just so when I'm looking at the chat, and don't stop chatting on account of this, guys. I'm just saying, when I look at the chat, I have to have like very strong magnification on, and my face is like, you guys are getting glimpses of my forehead. You know, I'm gonna have to zoom in on Chrome, but that makes things harder to navigate. But I generally have to get close to the screen, and I'm able to see things like one line at a time or something like that. Let me go and check that.
So, Mike, if you had some connection to Gabby and her family and that, you should come on the show one day.
It'd be awesome to talk to you.
Witness one, I saw a young woman come out of the woods in the bushes. But see, the thing I'm not getting with this is people talk now. Like, they didn't think that was weird then. No link, but multiple people on Twitter are reporting that a trail camera at 6 a.m. matches Brian's description. She was standing by the road yelling at someone in the woods. A man came out of the bushes with his hands up in the air. Queen says to Mike, it was all text, not video, not sure if maybe it could have been dirty laundry putting that out there to cover for a head wound.
Now, for the record, though, my internet sleuthing skills, I'm still working on that. So I don't have all of that.
What, you're not a
Oh, I'm learning. I'm learning, but Synthesis. I could hear the young woman say, redacted. Leave me alone. I'm fine. I will get the vaccine when we get back to Florida. Synthesis. The man then said, redacted. You should get tested, Gabby. You don't sound good. Lady says, I don't have COVID-19. It's just a cough.
In the hell?
I'm not.
Okay, dokie.
I'm not completely following. My apologies. Mike says, my niece has played volleyball with her in Bayport. The younger niece worked with Brian at a flower shop. He left work. Oh yeah. Mike was mentioning this. He had left work unannounced, and he was gone for a month. And he showed up later, begging for his job back. He had a cake, and they said no.
That being Brian, right?
Yep, that being Brian. John B says his clown is updating his Spotify.
That's a bit weird if that's true.
Yeah, that's for sure.
But if it's true, they can probably trace that.
Mike says on the cake he spelled, "Can I have my job back?" They didn't give him the job back.
If that's true, man, that's messed up.
Yeah, disappearing for a month like that, that's not showing reliability.
You didn't answer if you'd come on the show or not.
Yeah, would you be willing to come? I mean, and share your experiences, or did your nieces talk to you about that? And no pressure or anything like that, but we appreciate you sharing that information, though, Mike. Yeah, but I'm not seeing any new updates out there.
Well, we still can hang out a bit.
Yeah, I've been out there looking, but let's see. Bayport, Blue Point. Also, that was up in Long Island.
No, to speak on the show.
Oh yeah,
come
yeah,
on the show.
yeah. To come on via like a call-in. I still have to figure out how to set that all up because we're using Skype for our audio-video platform, and then patching it through Open Broadcaster Studio (OBS). And so it's been fun learning all this. Beck says that's outside Moon Place, where she took last photo, but that witness wasn't credible. Only the 911 caller said Brian slapped her, and then that shortly after, when they got pulled over.
Mike said, "Sure, when tomorrow night."
Can you do us a favor, Mike, for privacy's sake, and okay, and Entertainment Network. Okay, could you send us an email at that email address so that we'll have your email and we can follow up with you there? I'd advise against anybody putting their email addresses out here because you just never know, you know. But this account, I check it multiple times a day, and just reach out to us there, and we could get in touch. Queen of Hearts, Synthesis, is this the vaccine the key to not being abused by malignant narcissists? That's an interesting question. I mean, from everything that I've seen with the case with Brian, just Brian. Mike says don't have much, but reach out to my nieces for more info. Give me some questions. Yeah, could you send us your email address, and then we'll we can make a list of questions and send them out your way, and then we could work that out. Just so long as you're comfortable doing so, just email us there, and I want to make sure I spelled that right though, because I've been having some problems with my hand.
Oh, that's awesome too, Mike. A carpal tunnel?
I hope not.
Tennis elbow?
I have no idea. Could be.
Okay, well, I'm gonna say something, and I'm not gonna say this because of anything in particular, but your hand.
It's my right hand. It's my more dominant hand. It could be RSI or repetitive stress injury or something like that. I don't know. Just really strange. It's been like really kind of cramped up lately. Like I'll be typing and I don't know. I have an appointment with my doctor coming up, so I'm going to talk to him about it. That makes it very very difficult for typing up the essays for my English class, but you gotta do what you gotta do,
I'll be right back.
Alrighty, beautiful. Yeah, so we definitely appreciate that, Mike. And let's see, Cynical Sam. Hey, yeah, I'm really bad about that. I try not to be the cutting off type, and I wish I could see you on cam. She's gonna be right back though. She just needs to tell me to shut up sometimes. I definitely won't get offended by it.
Bob, shut up.
There we go. All right, go for it. And I apologize for cutting you off, hon, if you're still over there.
Oh, I'm still here. I'm just taking care of something.
Gotcha. So hopefully sometime this week we'll have more information from the autopsy report and everything. I'm definitely keeping my good eye peeled on the case. Oh man, no, please don't go there. That's the last kind of person I'd want to be like Cynical Sam.
Yeah, but I thought he was following and unfollowing people on his Instagram, maybe.
That's what I had heard. Oh, let's see. You know what? Oh.
So you're understanding what I'm talking about, Christine. So I can't talk about out here, you know what I'm saying? Anything I can do to him? Oh, he put his thing out there. Dude, his email's out there.
Uh-oh.
No, I know, but I'm telling you it's out there.
Yeah,
So
I'm going to copy it.
Down.
I'm going to copy that.
And then you can delete it.
There we go. I'm going to remove that, Mike, for but I have it copied here. So shoot.
Right, but I'm saying, Bex, is that he is removing people he's following. So only he can do that. The owner of the account is the only one that can do that. So it's something he's doing. If that makes sense. The followers, they can do on their own. But he's responsible for who he's following.
Let's see. I'm going to send you an email from our account, Mike, just this evening so that okay.
So okay, was it a follower? Because I'm not sure I'm following you then. There's a lot of following going on.
Okay.
There's a ton of fake accounts. People are going crazy with this stuff. I guarantee you could probably open up a group for Gabby and Brian and them. I can guarantee I'll have like 2,000 people like in the first 2 hours. Or anything with Brian Laundrie's name on it. Oh my god. If someone else he follows blocks him, it gets removed. That's true. That's true. I never thought of that, KT. Thanks for... And welcome to the crazy place here. Where I'm crazy.
Well,
and it's this place.
I am too, so don't even worry about it. Just please, if you're ever feeling like I am acting like Brian, like hit me upside the head or something, because I never want to be that kind of person. I've been through too much crap myself. I'd never want to be the kind of person to cause it.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't think that.
No.
I didn't think it. Oh. Hi, Katie.
Okay.
It was 56:53 now, I think. I don't even look at his things, you know. Like, I don't know. Am I bad for that? Like, I don't know.
There we go. I'm going to be sending out that email after I...
Cynical Sam says they were just joking and could chill.
No, it's you're good, Cynical Sam. No no offense taken and none meant.
Chris M.
What's
Chris
that?
M. Interview room. Chris M.
Oh, Chris Madonna. Yeah.
Faked a picture of Brian in Alabama to go along with his narrative.
What?
It's down to 47 now. Holy crap.
Uh-oh,
he's proving to not be too popular. And as always, and you know I'm going to say it because I always say it, if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. And thank you so much to the people who have subscribed, because that's awesome that you've subscribed.
What in the world?
Also like it. Wish I could unplug. I can't imagine any... Well, maybe his mommy and daddy have access. Or maybe it's the FBI now. Who knows?
Okay. Trying to see what's going on here. All right.
Also, too, I'll mention again that I have a show also at 10 a.m. Pacific time, that I do every morning. Can't send a picture on here, I guess. No, you can't. But you can send the picture to Ion Entertainment Network.
I'll put that out there in the thing again. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't believe that YouTube chat allows you to. And Cynical Sam, I appreciate the humor. It's just I've on my side. Unfortunately, I've been through a number of relationships where there was a lot of emotional abuse, and so I'm always like doubting myself because I had learned, especially through 2019 and thereafter, about gaslighting and the serious impacts that it has, and so it's like it's hard for me to tell through text what the tone is or anything like that. So I can take a joke, but I'm like super analytical. So no offense meant and none taken. There we go.
Everybody's all hopped up on Skittles because of this case. They're all just hopped up, I'm telling you.
Nothing. No, you're good. You're good, Cynical. Totally good. Oh, what do we got here?
So I should
Okay.
probably have. I should sound better here coming in a couple days.
Oh yeah.
They took all that shit from house today. Anything electronic is first things they removed. But how do they know that they haven't been hiding stuff this whole time? They've had 19 days.
Yeah, it's really hard to say, and who knows what the lawyer, what Mr. Bertoloni has advised them to do. It's really hard to say.
However, if they switched over to Jose Baez, I guess that would maybe be a plus. I mean, they get something out of it at least. But why the Mustang? That's what I want to know. What the hell would that have to do with anything?
I don't know.
He clearly didn't have the Mustang in Wyoming.
Yep, like Cynical Sam says, 18 days ahead of the cops. Yep. I'm right there with you, KT. But seems to me with everything that we've seen as we've looked through this, that those parents they're more about protecting their own than letting them face the consequences for possible actions. I mean, he's still a person of interest, so I want to be very careful how I say that, even though, in my opinion, his behavior has gradually and continually gotten more and more suspicious. I mean, I have my opinion on it. I think that he's directly involved, but unfortunately I have to go by the protocol, and that's the hard thing about it.
Okay, so I'm seriously thinking that it's going to come back as it's a homicide. I'm pretty sure it's going to come back being a homicide.
I don't doubt that at all.
Because why would they go get a search warrant? There had to have been something around her, on her, whatever, that had to connect her to Brian's house. Or Brian, or something. Because, I mean, yeah. If anybody knows where my mind was going on that, then.
Totally agree with you, KT. Totally. It's messed up. The thing, I mean, just everything's bothered me through this. Like the neighbor's report that I saw yesterday about how Brian came home and he was acting like everything was all good, just out mowing the lawn, riding his bike with his mom. Like, I just.
Well, I think his mom and dad know something. Oh, yes, I do.
Oh yeah. No, Bex, that's right. He did. He cleaned the van when he got home. That was also reported.
Yes, but like a lot of forensic people say they can still figure shit out.
Well, just like with Tristan Bailey, they still found the DNA evidence, even though, his mom, Fucci's mom, cleaned the jeans and stuff.
Now the sad thing is that if Brian is alive, What do you mean you hope someone is watching Brian's parents?
Because of their activities. Because if they're only persons of interest, they could end up disappearing too because they have the right to do so. I'm guessing that's what...
Are they a person of interest?
Well, you know what? Maybe not. No, my apologies on that, but I would assume... I would assume, so that's an assumption that hasn't been documented. His mom is retired DA. I was trying to find that information today, but like I said, my cyber sleuthing skills are like level 1.
Do you think it was premeditated, KT?
I will be right back. I gotta step out for a moment. I love you.
Love you too. I don't think it happened there too either in the van. I mean, there wasn't a lot of room in the back end of the van, so it'd be hard to kind of probably. I mean, I guess I don't know unless he like banged her head on something or knocked her out. Wait, she is. See, we were trying to look that up to see if there was any validity to it, but we couldn't find anything. They did take the vehicle. They've taken both vehicles now. You don't think it was an accident? Well, maybe not. But, I don't know. See, the fact that he went back to Florida for those 6 days got me thinking that maybe this was premeditated and maybe his parents helped him with this. And I had mentioned in a couple shows, or this show, maybe earlier, or yesterday's, or whatever, this morning's perhaps. There's so many shows. I did mention that I thought, oh shit, I completely lost my train of freaking thought. Okay, Christine says this may not be a popular view, but I feel the police have been watching more than the public think. Perhaps they're giving him space to screw up. Yeah, I thought of that too. FBI would have arrested Brian 8 hours after there with blood in the van. Oh yeah, definitely. And the fact that they've had that van now for over a week or two. Yeah. Yeah, they wouldn't have let him go this long. He would have been a suspect, or he would have been arrested. Yeah, definitely. Maybe it's like some part of a ring of some sort. Maybe something big. Accidentally he commits a homicide. Yeah, exactly. They raided the house and removed everything they could. Parents with either get protection now or have to leave. Depends on the outcome of the autopsy. Yeah, I'm interested to hear about the autopsy.
As am I.
Just to see. Well, I don't know. Is he a missing person still? Because they stopped searching. Don't seem too worried about looking for him. What do they know that nobody knows?
All I know is that North Point police have been silent on their Twitter feed. Nothing's been posted out there since yesterday.
And did anybody find out what that big white van was? Outside of the homestay?
That I don't know. Could that have been an FBI van, perhaps?
I don't know.
Let's see here. I'm just checking to see.
Yeah, but we all know shit runs downhill, so it's just a matter of time.
Oh, yeah. I'm just going out to the, going out to Twitter to see if there is, anything. There are a few places that, been trying to check out at here.
I heard they came out with a lot of evidence, but I also heard that nobody really knew. And if Gabby, say, committed suicide, why would they need evidence? You know what I mean? The only thing he would have been guilty of is leaving her there.
Okay, let's see.
You don't think so? I'm worried they're gonna find him dead.
Yeah, 8 hours ago, Brian Laundrie on Twitter had said boxes and boxes of evidence now going into the FBI van at the Brian Laundrie home. It's pouring rain. So it sounds like they took a lot of stuff. So
But the crappy thing is that you would think it should. Well, I guess it's a good thing, but you would think that it wouldn't take too long for them to act on anything they find. You know what I mean? Like, if they
yeah,
took that much evidence, they're gonna find something. These people aren't like brain geniuses or whatever, and do whatever. It's just not how this is. They may be rich, but I mean, there is no such thing as the perfect murderer or whatever, right? So.
mm-hmm. Okay, so according to Brian Laundrie's page as of 1 hour ago, I didn't see this earlier. Says here is the latest. All is quiet. All remains quiet outside Brian Laundrie's house tonight. So the press conference by Mr. Bertoloni is canceled, and everything is quiet outside of the Laundrie house tonight.
Well, maybe there's going to be an arrest tomorrow. Maybe he knows something we don't know.
We shall see.
Or maybe Brian's going to turn himself in. Or something. I guarantee something's going to happen tomorrow as to why he canceled that.
I agree with you there, Christine. He strikes me
All
as
they
the
need is that it's a homicide. He was the last person that's seen it.
Yep.
I think things change drastically.
Then it flips that switch from person of interest to suspect. And that's all it's needed is just one bit of connection, and then that freedom to not speak and stuff is gone. I mean, he can still remain silent, but it's.
Oh, they'll put him in an interrogation room and the boy will crack. I don't think he's that strong.
He could be on his way to cracking right now. I don't know. Just, yeah, Christine thinks that he's the type of person who would enjoy the chase with enabling parents. That's what they made of Brian. That's how I feel about it as well, personally, Christine. Being that he's an experienced hiker,
That's hard because he could be anywhere.
Exactly. Beck's mother-in-law is a federal attorney. They don't stop going through all evidence. So it very well could be that we will have something by the morning, if not sooner. So. Yeah.
God. It's so nerve-wracking because I bet the only thing they're waiting for is the cause of death.
Yeah, from that autopsy report. Mm-hmm.
I think once they get that, I think they're going to be singing a different tune.
Oh, yeah. I don't doubt it. I'll definitely
Kind of makes me kind of nervous and stuff because, I don't know. That's not something that you'd normally expect or...
The family wants everyone to believe he's on foot. Think about that. That's true. Yep. KT.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think of that.
There very well could be videos of them arguing. And if he was a gaslighter, which I personal opinion, think that he was, one thing that I learned when it comes to being involved with someone who gaslights you got to record everything because they will try to manipulate the crap out of your memory and stuff. Beck says, big facts. There is an issue of not wanting to do the press. Autopsy and the evidence they can figure out in the 24 hours they have, this can be wild in the morning, and I feel like it's going to be even wilder. Yeah, it definitely seems that way. Definitely seems that way, Bex.
Oh my God. So, okay. I don't know if you guys follow the Ace family or not. Do you? No? Maybe not. If you don't know who I'm talking about, they're like, got like 9 million subscribers or something on YouTube. Okay, so anyhow, they like try to portray themselves as the purpose or this perfect family, right? Like there's Austin and Catherine and then the 3 kids, right? So, anyhow, their youngest, Steele, they just got a dog. And Steele apparently got scratched on the face by this dog. But Austin or whoever uploaded the video must have uploaded the wrong video. But you see, I have the copy of the one that he took down that was the oopsie where he was being an ass to Catherine.
Wow. KT, when you say you do it, do you mean like with recording? I hope you're not in one of those kinds of relationships, because it's, man, it makes a mess out of your brain. That is definitely for sure. Mike's. Well, were you going to say anything, Hunks? I don't want to be cutting you off.
No, I just think it's
Okay.
messed up. I was thinking I should put it out there.
Oh, the video?
Yeah, I mean, it might get like 1 million views or something.
Yeah.
You never know.
You never know. You might want to do a reaction video to it. I mean, follow the community guidelines and all of that, but that would definitely come under a different category than news and politics. That's for sure. Mike says,
I don't know. I just like, I don't know. Is it dirty to do that? I don't know.
gotta watch what you upload.
I mean, if you publish something on YouTube and it's your mistake that you put the wrong video
It's
out there,
true.
it isn't nobody else's fault.
Once it's out there, it's out there. And KT, I'm really sorry to see that.
What?
Well, I don't know gender, so I don't want to be wrong here, but I had mentioned about, you have to record everything with a gaslighter. And KT said, yeah, LOL, I do, LOL. And I had asked if KT is in a situation like that, and answer was yup. KT says there's going to be videos of them arguing and setting up shots. And there's going to be a lot of video that is going to have a lot of oopsies showing his true character. That is for darn sure. It's for darn sure. And then there can be behavioral analysis and everything that's done on that kind of stuff. Oh, no, not me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My apologies, KT. There's a delay between us and you of like 7 to 10 seconds. So, so you hear us about 7 to 10 seconds after we speak, and my apologies on that one. But I'm definitely glad you're not in that kind of situation, because it sucks. Beck says that's sad for any female to be in that situation. I agree, but also it can happen to men, not often, but that relationship was extremely toxic. No doubt about that. I'm definitely in that number, Bex, because I learned what gaslighting was through some really freaking nasty experience throughout 2019, and I sought therapy for it because it messed the crap out of my head. And I'm thankful she's gone. I'm thankful I met Lori. It's definitely been a lot more peace in my life since that situation ended. But it does a serious job on your mind for sure.
anybody know what I should do?
Huh?
With that video.
I'm not sure on that one, hon. But that's sad. But it that's the thing though. Just like with the situation with Gabby and Brian, you see all these happy things out on social media. It's kind of like an ingrained thing. You have to put it out there, put all the happy things out there. Shoot, I have a friend of mine. She's in her 80s, a very close friend. Says all the pictures of your food that you post on your because I love to cook and bake. All the pictures that you post on your Instagram look so good. And I said, oh, I've posted some other ones. She's like, what do you mean? She's like, there's no way you could have, messed stuff up the way all that, as good as that stuff looks. And I was like, no, I have a picture that I put out there. I was trying to make like some homemade baked potato chips. And I sliced the potatoes myself. And oh my gosh, I can't remember what I'd put in that Instagram caption, but it was something to the effect of, when you're trying to make homemade potato chips and your fire alarm is yelling fire at you, but there's lessons to be learned in it. Nothing's perfect, Beck says, there is no way in hell as a man. I'm leaving my girlfriend or fiance or wife 30 hours away to drive home and clean her van. Totally agree with you there. Totally. MR, welcome. You still out there, hon? Or did you have to step away? Maybe she stepped away. MR, I wonder what it was like for her living with his family. Yeah, I've been thinking that myself. If they will protect him like this, what else may have occurred? Because they only gave the authorities Brian's clothes on Friday for the dogs to track Brian down. There was no mention of them giving anything of Gabby's, even though she was living there. There you are, hon.
But that's because they didn't know where to look for Gabby.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, is being that she was missing and they had her possessions and things. They had, I'm sure they had an option to give some of Gabby's things too, but they didn't. Through this whole time, the Laundrie family will remain in the background at this juncture. The Laundrie family will remain silent. Just all of these vague, ridiculous things, Oh, so I'm losing track of chat here.
Holy crap. Me too. I'm trying to grab a hair and I can't grab it.
Okay, I got it.
When you get a hair in your mouth?
Oh, well, when I had long hair back in high school, I remember what that stuff was like back then. Beck says, trust me, I've been beat by women before and realized toxic quicker one after another. Not that I was right all the time. I wasn't right all the time either. None of us is perfect, but I never tried to do any of that stuff. I'll tell you that much. I've made mistakes, and toxic is toxic, and you have to remove yourself precisely. Christine says, in watching the body cam, I definitely felt gaslighting was an everyday occurrence from Brian. Could you imagine being out in the middle of nowhere, like camping in the middle of nowhere? Because that's what they mentioned. They were out in these places in the middle of nowhere and dealing with that where it's just the two of them. Why was she afraid to drive her van? It's just everything.
What was it that she said about that? She said that she hasn't driven her van very much or something? Or she wasn't sure how she was going to get back wherever?
So, I read an article back when I was going through the relationship that I mentioned previously about gaslighting. And there was a woman who, gave permission for her information to be written out without her name, of course. And her gaslighting ex would tell her, "You're terrible with money. You're terrible with money. You're," and said it so much to her, even though she tried and tried, and he began to exercise or practice financial abuse, where he was controlling all of the money. And so after she got away from her ex, She was afraid of even spending a penny. She couldn't make financial decisions for herself because it was ingrained in her. And my first thought was, when Gabby had mentioned that about being afraid to drive the van, you know, how often was she told that? How often was she told, that she's a terrible driver, or this or that, or made to feel, terrible about her driving skills and things. MR says, something tells me he just finally crossed the line. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Volkish Fraulein. My stepmom was a severe narcissist. She gaslit me and my dad. She tried to put a wedge between my dad and I, as she was jealous of how close we were. Luckily, she is out of the picture. That's definitely a good thing there. I can, for different show, different time, I can share some experiences about that, because same kind of thing was going on here, trying to be alienated from not just my own kids, but like people who I had close affiliations with in the past and things. Yeah, it messes you up, big time. Let's see. Type of rules. How's it going out there? Good to see you. I'm totally losing the chat.
Oh, that's okay. Scroll down a little.
Terrible cycle. Yeah, it is a terrible cycle.
Hello, Simka.
Hi there and welcome. Mike says he controlled everything but her videos, and he likely had control there as well. In that police cam video, remember how one of the things she had pointed out when she was crying, like how he didn't support her, and then when it came to him, he definitely affirmed that. He said, yeah, she's working on her little website, just totally downplaying what was her dream. How was the dad just cool enough to mow lawn and let's see, but was cold as ice? I think the dad distanced himself probably because of issues they personally have. Like the neighbor reported, Brian was out riding bikes with his mom. It sounds like that the relationship with his mom may have been much closer than it was with his dad. Yeah, Christine, it's truth, because I did it too. You always try to justify why they're doing it, like, oh, maybe they're just tired. Maybe I did something wrong and I said something wrong and it was taken the wrong way, and you'll try really, really hard to just, like that statement, love is blind. Bex, I think he was extremely jealous of her and her online success. It's a failure to working or holding a job. So controlling the drive was dominance. I could see that. Could definitely see that. Volkish, let me see here. He said she hid it until they were engaged. Then it came out. Narcs know exactly when and how to employ their tactics of control. Let's see, type of rules. There was a lot of bad behavior that is tolerated. A lot of what is coming out in this case sounds very familiar, sadly. May it convey a strong message to us all to pay attention to red flags precisely. Like I said last night, and I'll say it again, the authorities, they are taught to look out for signs of physical abuse, but I really think that some strides have to be taken to look for signs of, mental and emotional abuse as well in situations like this. They can be sometimes harder to detect, but they are detectable. So it's just my humble opinion on that matter. Oh shoot, almost lost my mug.
I don't know. I get mixed feelings on this about what happened between them. But if you look at the body cam tapes, every so often you can see him looking toward where she would be, and kind of has weird looks on his face.
Yeah, Simkai says I agree how everyone saw that, or no, I mean I'm sorry. It's weird how everyone saw that he was a narcissist. People are much more aware, with social media and so much information out there now, and so many people have been hurt, and they start looking as to why. And I mean, for me, like 2019, I've jokingly stated it because I started back to school in January of last year. Originally, had gotten a degree in computer information systems, and just to be like slapped in the face with the reality that, hey, the blind community's unemployment rate exceeds 70%, and here in the Central Valley, like even the State Department has told me, you aren't gonna have much success finding a job in this area. But going through all this stuff, I've told people it's like I could probably write a nice thesis paper on that stuff from all of the crap that happened. It was bad. I had mentally and emotionally, I've never been stretched as far as I was in that situation. Everything okay, hon? Beck says, but an eyewitness said at a spot, I can't remember the name, but the guy said she yelled from back of van. They were engaged around the 16th or 19th, and he said, congratulations. Christine says, Brian offered to go to jail, in my opinion, so she would not lose control, or so he would not lose control of Gabby. Just my opinion. Volkish says it's so much more prevalent due to social media. Social media tends to mint narcs. I have found. I could agree with that.
I don't know. This is all getting just bananas.
It really is. That's a really.
Did you see that too, Christine?
Oh wow. See, and I can't see those things. I can only go by voice, and his voice, like he sounded overly charismatic. Is, I guess, the best way that I could describe it. Overly polite, which is usually the way that that they can be. Beck says, I think when they separated them, that was the biggest turning point. The previous comment, I wanted to address that. I agree. Beck said the police put him in a room, but both had phones, knowing he would most likely have her come pick him up. So they definitely need to check that hotel on when that happened, because nobody was watching. That's very true. Very true. Gabby told people that they were engaged the day before she went missing.
So do you think that they waited until the next morning to see each other, or do you think they went against what the cops said? Because they didn't have to do it.
That's a good question. We've got Kevin Perney. Welcome. Thanks for stopping in. Did they ever find that?
That's good to know, Christine, because I thought I was losing my mind when I saw it. Because I'm like, yeah, nobody else is going to see this.
As of right now, they haven't found him, Kevin, but we're definitely keeping our eyes on that. I hope that he is found sooner than later, and then, like we had stated earlier on, still, the report when it's released of the autopsy, I'm sure that's going to shed a lot of light on things, as well as findings of all of the evidence that was taken out of the home earlier today. Volker says he was trying to charm the officers and it worked. Yeah. I mean, it's like, my thing was, remember, Hunt, I was telling you, it's like, I understand being nervous and stuff, but he would start talking about something and then he would just kind of laugh and say, yeah, my feet were dirty. And it was just, I don't know. He was talking about how the flies were bothering her. Just making this, in my opinion, this like small chit chat and stuff.
What night did Gabby stay in the hotel? Wasn't that during the night? Or she stayed a few nights, didn't she, when he went back to Florida?
Oh, yeah, that nearly week-long period when he was gone. Yeah,
Probably planning her death. I mean, who knows?
Sorry, hon. Yeah, Simkai, absolutely.
Did you say I'm sorry for what?
Oh, because I thought I cut you off. Now, Cynical said the best part of the police stop was when Brian asked the officer what Gabby had told him. Big red flag.
I thought that too.
Yep.
I thought that too.
Yep, because they want to know. They want to know. Yeah, information from the hotel employee would definitely shed more light on things, I think, too, Christine. KT, they saw each other that night. Simca, what night did Gabby stay in the hotel? So there was a period of time where supposedly, that Brian went back to Florida to help his parents move their things out of storage so they could cut back on costs. And so Gabby had stayed in a hotel during the time that Brian was gone. There was, I guess it was confirmed that at one point her dad ordered pizza for her and had it sent to the hotel, which sounds like she didn't even have money for, buying food or anything.
Yeah, that seems weird. It's almost like, she asked her dad, like, hey, I haven't eaten in like how many days? Can I have a pizza? I don't know. It's kind of weird. Mister, he went up, well, yeah, basically, kind of, sort of, maybe that's what happened. I don't know. Something about going to the reserve thing, and then his parents, I don't know. I don't know if they picked up the car, the Mustang, to take back to their place after it had the note on it. Or before that. I guess it would have had to have been after, because it wouldn't have been on there then. But is that why they moved the car? Or else they would have just left it where it was? And that would make sense as to why they say that they went back on Thursday or something to take the car back there or something, and didn't because of something, and I don't know. But I'm good with facts, guys. I'm good with facts. It's something and something else. It's usually one of those conversations with me, like, the thingamajig and the doomahickey and the whatchamacallit and the thingamabob and, Do we know for sure he was in Florida? Yes, he was stopped on the 1st of September for speeding in Florida.
I'm scrolling back because you had sent me a picture of the the timeline that the parents gave, and I'm trying to find that so that I can put that up on screen.
Hey, is Mike still here? Mike, where are you?
I'm not sure. There it is. Okay. Just 1 second, guys, and I'm going to bring this up here.
I heard about those books, Bex, and that is like freaky crap. Like, you know, I wonder if Gabby thought that was weird. The books he was reading, Lullaby and something about a missing person or something.
Well, on one of his Instagram posts, he had said that one of the books that they read together. Because I was reading through some of the captions on his Instagram posts, and one of them, I don't remember the name that was given, but it was stated that that they read the book together. I'm going to change scenes here. And
how did Brian have $200? I have no idea, but I suspect, this is my own thought, my own opinion only, I suspect when he went back to Florida for those 6 days or whatever it was, that his parents gave him money. Which kind of makes me feel that his parents were in on whatever happened to the movie Fight Club, because that was a freaking movie. His art was very weird.
Where the heck did I save that at?
I find it interesting that they keep referring to finding Gabby's remains and not her body. Seems possible to yeah, but they were still able to identify her or something. And well, I guess maybe it could have been a tattoo. It could have been anything.
Well, they also one article was stating that that they found some personal items there as well that led them to believe that as well. Okay.
Well, it didn't freak him out. Well, it freaked him out, yeah, but because I was under the impression he wanted to go north, not south.
Yeah, no, that's right. Because okay, I've almost got it, guys.
That was my opinion, anyway. So I don't know.
Maybe I don't. Where is it? Okay. I'll have this shortly, guys. It's essentially the timeline that was given by the Laundrie family's attorney.
Hold on 2 seconds for that. Yeah, he had that in late August, but when he went back to Florida there to clean out the storage locker, on what dates were those? 17th to something?
17th or the 23rd?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, let's see. Just let me know when you're ready, hon. I've got it ready to go now. Okay, so what we're going to be looking at now is the timeline that was given from the Laundrie family. And hopefully that's... yeah, hang on a second. That's a larger photo, so I'm going to bring this over a bit. So that it's... Okay, there we go. So, this was a statement from Laundrie family attorney. Says supposed timeline, note left on the car in preserve. Parents saw it Wednesday, which, let's see, that would have been 17, the 15th. They saw it on Wednesday. Went to look for Brian. They left the car so he could drive back, and then they returned Thursday to retrieve the car. So, yeah.
What the hell? So they picked up the car to take the car back to their house to drop the car back off at the reserve to pick it back up and take it back to their house to drop it back off at the reserve?
Well, it seems like they made it out to be that Brian took the car out to the reserve. But why were they out there? You know, how did they see it if, unless they were out there? They saw it Wednesday.
Right, because he said he said he was
Oh,
going
they went to look for Brian.
He was going to do something there, like do a walkabout or whatever. And I guess he wasn't supposed to be gone as long as he was. I'm assuming is what the thing was.
Yeah, that's. Let's see, how did he end up? Oh, okay. I was a little behind on the chat there. Type of rules. Makes a lot of sense to train and equip. Yeah, that's my thought on it. That's my thought on it as well. Type of rules. Whoa. Okay, my chat just refreshed and. Christine, Lori, didn't he have? Oh, you already read that, hun. He was acting weird at the Bullwinkle's bar too. Now, guys, please correct me on this. I don't have a lot of experience with bars, but would it be reasonable to say that that the majority of people who go to bars go there to at least have a drink? I mean, that was my frame of thinking because, you know, one thing that I had noticed through this was that Brian had told law
I went to
enforcement.
pick up guys.
What's that,
Mhm. I said I went to pick up guys.
But they said that Brian told law enforcement there on the body cam footage that he didn't drink, but he was spotted in a number of these bars, and that was something that I was wondering about. Like, was there something else there? I don't know. Hi there, Michelle. They picked it up because I think I may have missed a prayer comment there. Let me go back and look. Maybe not. Okay. Oh, I think you were referring to the car. I apologize. Bex, they would have known where to. Christine says, I watched the female who picked Brian up. She said he was on foot and started to freak out after she mentioned Jackson Hole. Yeah. Where was the van then? That's what we've been wondering too. It's 25,000 acres. He could have parked anywhere. It's true. Mike says when the narcissist perceives insignificance, problems present. Yeah, because they want to be kept out. They want to be kept up there on that pedestal, and essentially, if they are not the god in the life of their subordinate, a bunch of crap starts to go down. So how did they know where to, or how located his car? They weren't home. He said he was going hiking, packed at house and left. So how did they know where to go look? That's what I was wondering as well. I suspect his family is hiding Brian out with a family member or close friend. See, I've wondered when he went missing. When he went missing, my first thought was they need to be checking the airports. What if they flew him out of country to a place where extradition is difficult? Was that confirmed though? There's just so much hearsay. There is a lot of hearsay. Which part wrecked? With a time delay between when we're talking out here in the chat and everything, I get lost sometimes.
Good evening, Zach.
Yeah, welcome. Let's see. Yeah, I was following that too. Trying to remember all the steps they made. But you are correct. Christine says, I watched the witness explain how Brian creeped him and his lady friend who just flew in that day. He was aggressive to them, taunting their southern accent. Who does that? Agreed. Agreed. Volkish, I think the van was in the Spread Creek campground until he drove it back to Florida. The above taunting was, at the bar. Where was St. Brian then? Yeah, right? Zach says Brian was hiding in the attic the whole
But that
time.
wasn't confirmed, was it? That he was there?
Yeah, is there a link to that? Is there a link to that somewhere, Zach? I've been trying to follow so much on here, and it's like... Thanks for coming out, Semka, and definitely appreciate you taking the time to come out and interact with us, and hope that you have a great rest of your night. No, I don't know whether he was there having a drink or not. That was just my thinking. Like, he had said that he didn't drink, but he was spotted in a couple of bars. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know on that one, Rect. Bex, there is so many stops, right? I need to make a map. Yeah, that is for sure. That is for sure. Maps have always been difficult for me. You know what? I'm gonna bring us back to our normal scene there. There we go. So, yeah, it's... Hopefully we have more information very soon. As we've been doing the stream, I've been trying to go out and hunt and see if there were any breaking news reports or anything of that nature. But as of right now, all we have is that the family lawyer canceled the press conference after conversing with the FBI. And that's all that I've seen thus far. Just trying to check and see if there is anything else. Oh, here's something. Here's something. You still out there, hun?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here is a report. Let me see if I can bring this up really quick over in OBS for us. Where is this from? Okay. I don't know anything about this source though. So just one second. I'm gonna cancel out of this. One moment, everyone. I'm just trying to make sure this page is free of like ads and stuff so I can... Okay. I'm gonna bring this up. The print is kind of small on this page, so I'm gonna take that timeline down. Make sure my browser source is up here. And if you all aren't able to see it, I'll do my best to read it out. So just bear with me. But this was posted 10 minutes ago, and bring that up there. Okay. I'm going to remove that bottom bar. I don't know what part of this page is showing, though. I'm just trying to make sure that there's a good visual on this here. I don't know anything about this news source. And is it showing the headline over here? Sorry.
Nothing's come up yet.
Nothing's come up just yet? Okay. It looks like it's showing an advertisement. I just need to scroll down and compare the... There's a bunch of advertisements on this page. If it's not... Okay. It's, hang on. Yeah, this isn't... Oh! Oh, it's because I have it cropped for, Alright. Let me change this. This may take up the full screen, but that's okay. Just 1 second, everyone. I'm going to, remove all of the... Because I had edited this browser window for the Twitter feed earlier, so I'm going to reset. This is probably going to full screen it, but that's okay. Okay, so what we have from this news source here is that Brian Laundrie was reported spotted in Baker, Florida, after FBI agents executed a search warrant at his home in connection to the murder of Gabby Petito. Okay, let me check and see what we got here. So Brian Laundrie was reportedly spotted by a home motion camera journeying toward the Alabama border in Baker, Florida. Your content. Now, I don't know anything about this news source, guys, so authorities are investigating the spotting. The homeowner confirmed. Let's see. The spotting took place at 6:17 a.m. in Baker, Florida. If that was the case, that would have been really early this morning. According to a statement, federal agents executed a search warrant. The FBI search of the Laundrie residence in Northport has concluded. No further details. Okay, so that was published out on this site about 10 minutes ago. It just showed up at the top of a Google search for Brian Laundrie. There we go. But that is... I'm checking to see if there are any other sources that have reported that. No. I'm not seeing... I'm not seeing anything else new there. So, yeah, like I said, guys, I don't know the credibility of that news source. It did come up as the top search result on Google. So, oh, that's the trail cam. Gotcha. You still out there, hon?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Rex says this suspense is killing me. Hi, Tracy. And image has been debunked. Someone colorized, zoomed, and did facial. Now, is that something from earlier in the
But
chat?
that does make sense why people thought that in Tillman's corner or whatever it was, Alabama, why they thought that dead body was him, because of that thing you just said about the thing.
Yeah, because it's the same area. So, Let's see. And welcome, Heidi. And thanks for... Oh, that's from Nevaeh. Go to Gabby Petito, Summer Wells. Thank you for that information there. I haven't seen that yet. I heard about it, though. Can you zoom his... Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see that in the chat there, Bex. I apologize. And thanks for letting us know there, Tracy. Much appreciated. Yeah, I may have to do that from here on because I don't think that the screen reader will come through here on OBS, so you guys won't be dealing with a robotic voice going at like 210 words a minute.
Oh, I wasn't implying, Tracy, that it was fact. I was like, but that's why people were saying that. That's where that came out, that whole rumor came out. Was from that, what he had read.
Oh, so it was officially reported there. About an hour ago. Yeah, I'll definitely hop over there. And again, thank you very much for that information. Baker is 507 miles from Northport. You know, that 18 days, it's a long time to travel. You know, it's hard to say. Oh man, the time is definitely... I was just looking at the timestamp where we're at. It's like, holy cow.
Yeah, I guess we probably should end it, eh? It's like, what, 2.5 hours almost?
It's crazy, isn't it? But you know what, though? The time flies, especially when, you know, I mean, she and I can talk. I mean, we've talked at times until like 4 in the morning over the phone and stuff. And, but it's nice to have you guys out here, all of you, to interact with. And, you know, this channel wouldn't be this channel without all of you. And so you all are appreciated, you know, giving your time to come out here and interact with us and getting to know us and vice versa.
Oh, and also, if you guys want to be all sweethearts and make me happy, hit that subscribe button. And hit the like button. I see you guys were doing good with the like button.
Much appreciated, all. Very much so. All of that stuff definitely means a lot to us as we try to grow this channel and just follow this passion, you know? It's really appreciated.
So true. So true.
But we will definitely keep our eye on this case as well as others that we've been looking into to bring, you know, any updates as they come out. I mean, we are trying to follow the Summer Wells case, and you know, sadly there's just been nothing but YouTube drama over the past several weeks, which is really saddening because that little girl is still missing. Michael Vaughn's case, and others as we see them, would definitely try to keep you guys updated with accurate information, unless otherwise stated as opinion and such. We appreciate each and every one of you. Mike, I sent you an email from our account. When you get a chance, could you please email me back? Because I know sometimes those things can be sent to spam. And just let me know that you got it. And then Lori and I will definitely work on a sheet of some questions and things. And really appreciate your willingness to talk to your nieces, being that they've had a history with Gabby. It's very much appreciated. And thanks for the interaction tonight. Rest well. All of you, wherever you're at. I mean, if it's morning, then you all have a great day. If it's noon, you know, have a great rest of your day. And if it's evening, then Hope you all rest well, unless you're an insomniac. Really sucks. East Coast, yeah. Born and raised in Ohio. Thanks for being out here, everyone. We appreciate each and every one of you.
And don't forget to subscribe, please.
Absolutely. So for now, I guess we are going to...
Also, join me tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Pacific.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And
I'll be going over stuff we talked about tonight and some other stuff and see if there's any new developments or what happened overnight. And usually, except for this morning, I was really tired this morning, but usually it's fun. And that's where you hear me.
Hey, you've got one. Christine said she's going to do you one better. She's going to show up to your show tomorrow. All of you, thank you so much for the kind words. It really appreciate it.
No
Both
kidding.
of us
Thank
do.
you guys. You guys are awesome.
It really means a lot to us because we've both been through hell and we're just trying to, grow together and just, go on a better road. Better road than we've both been on in the past.
Let's hope tomorrow we hear more about Brian, his whereabouts, and that if it ends up being a homicide, that they can catch his ass. Maybe they just don't want to spook him. Maybe that's what it is.
Volkish says, I'll watch tomorrow as well. Thank you for that. Thanks for the love and support, guys. It really means a lot to both of us. So I guess with that... Oh,
awesome,
sorry, hon.
Awesome, guys. You guys are awesome. I love you guys.
Yeah.
And...
Definitely
that's all I got. It's been fun hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
So, sorry I was quiet at the end there. I'll tell you the truth, I was eating chow mein.
Oh, I was worried. I was worried that I may have said something and you were mad at me.
No, I was eating chow mein. I just didn't want to, sound like a, something out of pasture, just eating out of the trough. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I get it.
So I kept myself muted.
I get it, hon. I get it. I totally get it.
I mean, I've already been called a Canadian land whale, so I mean...
That was terrible. Yeah, that troll's been blocked from this channel. That guy tried to message me privately and trash her people. Yep. 10 a.m. Pacific for the show that Lori does to update everyone on any developments that have taken place overnight. So, if you're around, be sure to come out and show some support there. And then both of us are on every night at 8 p.m. Pacific. And we're both Pacific coasters. So
see you tomorrow, Michelle.
Yeah, thank you so much for all the support, guys. And I guess with that,
you guys are awesome.
Yes.
And eventually, on the morning show, I'll have a short intro, maybe, or something. Or at least a name for it.
I'll definitely try to help you work on that.
There I am.
If you want, hon, you just give me some ideas and I can try to do some editing magic and help, or we can do it together or whatever, and get something put together.
For sure.
But you all have a wonderful night.
Good night, guys.
And I guess with that, now we will sign off of here for now. So take care, all.
Bye. Bye-bye now.